Hello, for math today we were just discussing and talking about how to write down and write money and working with money, counting it, and really truly just being understanding how many different ways you can do different amounts of money. And just real quick, inside your math journal, underneath identifying coins, the last place you wrote in your math journal, I need you to write down this information here. I'll let you have a second to do that. Alright, so guys, what I had you write down was the different ways. For first off, just to write 50 cents can be written as 50 with the C and a line down it. That represents 50 cents. Or you can make the dollar sign, put a decimal, and put 50, which is 50 cents. Or you can write out 50 cents in word form. The next way is a dollar, which is really the reason why we do this, is to help you make sure you understand where the place value goes, is you can write it with an S for a dollar, or you can write it as a dollar with decimal 00, which is 1 and 0 cents, right? Or $1. And representing it with the 1.00 is really beneficial and helpful for when, I'll show you an example. So when you have an example of this 57 and adding, I always tell our students to add up the decimals. Line up the decimals. If you line up the decimals when you add, when you subtract, when you multiply, it just benefits everything. It keeps your place values in order. And so the way you would say this is $1.57. If you read it as a decimal, it would be 1 and 57 hundredths. And the way you would read this is $3.70 or 3 and 70 hundredths or 3 and 7/10. So just some different ways. Lining up those place values is so very important. And just like we do here, $1.50 can be written as $1.50 or 1 and 50 cents. And it's just a way to do that and show and represent that. So then the next thing we decided to do, and we did as a group, and I would like you to do this and have your parents check your answer, is Abel had two $1 bills, 2 quarters, 3 pennies, and 4 nickels. How much money does he have? And the way I want you to do this, I want to make sure you draw the pictures of the bills and the coins, and then so you can have a visual representation of it to maybe make it a little bit easier for you. After you've done that, some common mistakes I had is a lot of people didn't see that it said $2 bills, so they were just putting $1 in the answer, which would have been $2.73. So just like that, quickly work on this problem right here. Once again, show it to your parents and have them work it with you. What type of bills you would have and what type of coins you could have in your wallet. Okay, now that you're back, you could have actually a single $2 bill, which is really cool, or you would do 2 $1 bills. And the change you could do for the 27 cents, you could have done a quarter and 2 pennies, 2 dimes and 7 pennies, 2 dimes, a nickel and 2 pennies. You could even have done 27 pennies. You could have actually have done 227 pennies. Just all the different ways you could have possibly done it. And just make sure you understand that there's all kinds of different ways to get to that amount based on different combinations of coins. So once again here, do this one. This one was a fun one because you only can use coins. And I had students come up with a bunch of different ways. I had one student that came up with 4 quarters and 4 dimes. I had one come up with 4 quarters and 8 nickels. I had one actually say 140 pennies, which is all correct, just different ways to represent that amount of money. This was a very challenging question, and we worked on that together with the class. And this is actually a fun one that you can work on with your parents and see if they can figure it out as well. Okay? And see which different way that you actually came up with it. And then the last two things we did is we quickly just said how much money is here. And I also, then we did how much money was here. And then we compared them and said which one was greater than or less than. All right, and then whatever you have to do, I need to make sure you get your math finished for any other assignment you have, and also to do your Pathblazer lesson for today. All right, have a great day.